I'm Paul Weiss, and I wanted to give you kind of a quick review and my modifications on my Trek Farley 9.6. It's a nice winter day here in Maine, and I'm really excited to have a brand new bike and the snow to ride on it. This Trek Farley is an amazing bike, and I'm going to just show you some of the quick modifications that I've done. Kind of adds to my crazy collection of many bikes. You can never have too many, right? So this is my new Trek Farley. It's a 2022 model. I think they're coming out with the 2023s soon, but this was hard to get itself. Had my friends down at Cyclemania in Portland get me this bike, and I'm very happy with it. One of the cool things, finally, bike companies are starting to paint bikes again instead of just having black carbon. And this is a really nice paint job. They did a wonderful job on the flow of color between the three colors here, and I really like it. It's very nice to see. I'd say the only bad thing is they really are doing this on like every model. So you see their cyclocross gravel bikes, they look the same colors as this, so it would be nice if they can vary the colors, but it is a really nice paint job. I'm not going to go through everything on this bike. There's about 1,000 other reviews, but just show you some of the modifications that I've put on. One are these tires. These are Bontrager Narwhal tires, and they are studded. So these are metal studs in the tire, and you can see there's quite a few of them. They also have like a winter tread here, so it's a very aggressive studded tire, and those stick out quite a bit. If you kind of take a look at them, they're pretty sharp, and if you ever put this bike in your car, these things can shred up your upholstery, so be careful with them. These are tubeless ready, but I actually made them tubeless, so this setup with these rims is tubeless, and these are the Sun Ringley rims, really nice, wide, carbon fork, carbon bike obviously, and other modifications I've done. I put these Crank Brothers pedals on, which are nice. They're double-sided. They're really great engagement, and you could ride them with a flat shoe if you wanted to. They have grips on them, so they're kind of a dual purpose, which is nice because you can just have a street shoe and ride it, or a winter shoe. But I have cleated. The seat is pretty good. This is an Arvada saddle by Bontrager, and it's pretty comfortable. It's surprising. Finally, bike companies have learned to put decent saddles on bikes instead of having to always swap out the saddle when you buy a bike. I think I'll probably keep this one a while. It seems pretty comfortable. Obviously, another big feature here are these 45 North, what are called pogies, and they're coverings for the hands, and they are incredibly nice. Very expensive. They're about 150 bucks, but they really let your hand have warmth. They're fully insulated, they're fully waterproof, and they have openings. If it gets too hot, you can open this up on the top, and then also on the bottom you can open it up underneath, and there's actually a little pocket inside. You can put some, I don't know, some of the, like the warmers, those toasty warmers you can put in there, or food is a tiny pocket. They grab on, they hold on with this locking a bar end. So you got to take your regular bar end off and then put these special bar ends on. Another kind of cool modification that Trek has is the stem here, and as you can see, this special arrangement will hold two different items. It's got my Garmin 1040 Solar, the new Garmin that just came out. It's really nice. And then it's got this nice Bontrager light, and it's mounted upside down, but it doesn't really matter. It's got these nice side lights so you can get some side illumination. And so, you know, it's nice having two mounts. I guess my only complaint is you have to, I like to mount a GoPro too, and they have a GoPro adapter for this that you have to take one of these off to do the GoPro and the light. So it'd be nice if they had a mount that would do all three. The other thing is you have to be careful of the wires here, the brake cables, the shifting cables, because they can get in the way of the light. So there's a way to route them through this part. So it's got a dropper seat post, which is really nice, and it's a 1x setup, single front chain ring, going to this gigantic pie plate of gears in the back, 52 tooth gears, a clutch derailleur, so it is spring loaded, so it won't, the chain won't jostle off. Really nice setup, and it has an adjustable rear dropout. These are 27.5, and they're 4.5 inch wide tires, so these are super wide. You run these at really low air pressure, and this is a true fat bike. The newer model, which I'm kind of bumming about that I just heard about, they used the fork from, instead of this fork, they modified it like the 1120, which I also own, and they put in the 4 mounts for the frame racking system, and they also put in bottle mounts along the bottom. So I'm not planning on doing trekking with this particular bike, but if you did, that would be a much nicer setup. The only thing is they didn't set up the back fork for the rack that they use on the 1120, so I'm not sure what the thought is there, but the front rack is really nice on the 1120. I love it. It's great. And now I'm going to go ride this bike. It's very lightweight. If you do winter riding, which is primarily what I'm going to be doing with this bike, I would really recommend these Pogies. I've used these for like kayaking for years, whitewater kayaking. They really work great. But on a bike, they look kind of weird, but boy, your hands stay totally warm. And if you have really good shoes, you can pretty much ride in anything. The tubeless, you know, they work in the winter. I mean, people say they freeze, but I've never had that problem. But we'll see how it goes. But you're riding at really low pressure, and they should be okay. They're pretty sealed, and they're not, you know, hitting glass or anything. So should be okay. Anyways, I'll give you some videos of riding this, and talk to you later. It's a great bike. There's a lot of other good bikes out there also. This is what I purchased, and I'm pretty happy with it so far.